What's going on, Patriot fans? Welcome back to the PrimeTime Patriots podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jake Mott. Going to be breaking down what wasn't a great game for the Patriots on Thanksgiving night, right? Patriots playing the Minnesota Vikings, and they fall in that game 33-26. So, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. So, the good, Mac Jones. I think he saved his future in this game, honestly. 382 passing, 2 touchdowns, no picks. This is the second game from him this year, right, where we've seen he has a great game through the air, plus 300 yards passing. And it's obviously it's not all passing yards, but was safe with the ball, didn't turn it over. The only other game you can kind of point to is that Baltimore game. He had a great game, turned the ball over a little bit in that game as well, which he didn't do today. But again, we see him cross that 300-yard mark, put the ball in the end zone a couple times. So good overall day for Mac Jones. Not a great all-around day for the offense, as we'll explain. We'll get into that as we go. But I think the one good thing from this game was Mac Jones. He gave you something to move forward with. You have some confidence in him moving forward. So hopefully he can carry you through this very, very difficult part of the schedule that they got coming up. So let's hop over to the bad. First thing in the bad category this week, the defense. The Vikings, man, they're great on offense, so this isn't an ugly. It's hard to cover Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, right? Justin Jefferson had an absolute day. Thielen got in the end zone as well. Dalvin Cook was no slouch. They definitely showed up to play, did the Vikings, so it's hard for me to put that defense in the ugly category when you got so many playmakers, but it's definitely not a good, right? One area you can definitely look at was third down, right? 8 of 15, the Vikings, over 50%. Very, very hard to win football games if you're not getting the other team's offense off when you have opportunities, right? So Patriots defense was far from great on third down especially, and that proved to hurt them in the long run in this game. So the running game, the second bad thing here, this is on the Patriots offense. They couldn't get really much of anything going, but they really didn't try, right? So only 13 rush attempts from your running backs in this game. I think it was 7 from Ramondre Stevenson, 5 from Damian Harris, and 1 for whoever the other running back was, right? Very weird, right? So all year we've seen the Patriots try to dominate teams with their run game. Obviously, this is a game where they were chasing a good portion of the game, had to keep the ball in the air, but I think what was especially effective was the Vikings were really dominating first down. Patriots love to run the ball on first down, as do many teams. Vikings were doing a great job of forcing like 2nd and 8s, 2nd and 7s, right? Those 2nd and long situations to really force the Patriots to have to pass on 2nd and 3rd down. So it was a tough game plan for the Patriots. They really got shut down on first, and they really just faded away from their run game. And it's tough. You never love to see a team that if things go wrong, they go back on their identity, right? The Patriots' identity is running the football, controlling the clock. And on one side, you do like to see them adjust and realize, hey, this is going to be a more high-scoring game. We got to adjust. You also don't like a team that is dictated by the other team, right? You'd rather your team really dominate that game, control the pace of play, do what they want to do with the football, make the other team conform. It seemed really, really early on the Patriots kind of flipped a switch and said, okay, even though we're a running football team, this ain't a running game, so we're not going to run, which is tough. You'd love to see them really try to establish it a little bit more. I would have been totally fine with more carries here for a lower average, right? Because Ramondre Stevenson had 7 rushes for 35 yards or something like that, right? He had a 5.1 average, which that's averages. I don't remember exactly, right? He could have had one 20-yard run and then the rest were all stuffs, but I feel like you could have given him the ball at least 10 times, at least maybe 15 times, double what he had, just to see if you can try to get something going. And then you say, hey, our running game didn't work. That's our identity. We tried it, and it didn't work, and we lost this close game. When you don't try what you're best at, which in the Patriots sense is running the football, it's tough to lose a one-possession game and say they really took us out of our element, basically. Very last thing, very bad on third down. The Patriots were 3 of 10. And when you combine that with the defensive stat we just talked, where the Vikings got 8 of 15 first downs on third, that's just a bad recipe, right? Not only is that 5 more third downs that they came across, which means they usually have the ball more, they're doing more sustained drives. They converted at a much higher clip. kept drives alive, kept things going, didn't settle for many field goals, right? That was the difference in this game. So, jumping to the ugly. This is the only thing I had in the ugly. I didn't have any specific players. I thought overall everybody played pretty well in this game. I just think from a coaching standpoint, or whoever's overall decision it is, played too conservative in this one, right? This is what I said going in. I didn't think this was a game where you could settle and just take field goal after field goal. It's exactly what they did, right? They settled for 4 field goals in this game. Nick Folk hit all of them. He did what he had to do, but you only went for it on 1 4th down. And then I have to talk about this, right? The 6 seconds. I can't think of what possibly happened here. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen in a football game. I was losing my mind. So the Patriots had 6 seconds from the 5, and it was 3rd and goal. You have a play. It would be so ridiculously hard to have a play that goes 6 full seconds from the 5-yard line. You have to pass it, obviously, because you can't have the clock keep running. You have a chance to score a touchdown. They just completely forfeit 4 points and say, we're just going to take the 3, which you could have gotten anyway on 4th down. Somebody please tell me. Like, what is the explanation? There is none. You have 6 seconds to run one play from the 5. You could run that play if you had 4 seconds, because it'll take you 2 or 3 seconds. You got to snap that ball, and you're throwing a slant or a fade. Why would you not try? Like, are you not trying to win the game? Like, what? There's points there for you, and they're free points. If you don't get the touchdown, you then do exactly what you just did. You kick the field goal, and you get the guaranteed 3. The only possible excuse is that you have absolutely zero, zilch, no faith in your quarterback. You wouldn't do it otherwise. Because the only thing you're afraid about there is him turning the football over. There is no reason whatsoever you don't try to score a touchdown with 6 seconds from the 5 on 3rd down. I haven't even heard people talk about it. I don't understand. Like, that's how mind-numbing it is. I have to be missing something. I have to be. Because why do you not try? I can do it. I could go for hours and hours. It's just, I did to plenty of people. I have no clue why at the half would you ever decide to do that. You leave points on the board. And I don't know. There's not much to say. I just had to put that at the end because I knew it would take over most of the video. If I started with it, I would just go crazy. I have no explanation for that play. I don't know why it happened. It happened. The Patriots lose, thank God, by more than 4. I was thinking this whole game, and you can never do this. You can never be like, oh, well, if they did this, and then they did this, and then the game would have been like, because everything changes, obviously. If they had lost this game by a field goal or less than 4 points, I mean, I would have been going, like, how do you not try? How do you not try? I don't get it. That basically sums up that's a good microcosm for the Patriots season. You know, just toss in the towel, just kick the field goal, right? Just conservative play after conservative play. Nothing to try to push the envelope or try to really push extra. Frustrating week for the Patriots, if you couldn't tell. And it's not going to get any easier. We got our first matchup against the Bills coming up, another Thursday game. So it is a full week from that last Thursday game on Thanksgiving. Patriots going to have to adjust, right? The Bills, I think it's so funny, so many people, because the Bills have dropped a few games here, like, oh man, the Bills, ooh, I'm not afraid of the Bills. Somebody, who said it? Somebody this week said, I'm more afraid of the Dolphins. It's like, what are we doing here, dude? Like, Tua over Josh Allen, like, that's what, I will always be afraid of the team that's quarterbacked by Josh Allen. I don't care who's around him. That's ridiculous. Come on. Miami. But anyways, getting frustrated here. It's a tough time for the Patriots. They're 6-5. They're at the bottom of the division. Got to come up with some answers here, and it's going to start Thursday against Buffalo. Going to be a real tough one. Again, this is an early one in the week. Not sure if we'll get a pregame up or not. We will see. Definitely going to try to get a postgame out there for you guys. Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully the Patriots can turn the ship. If you win the Bills, man, that's the nature of the NFL. It'll switch just like that. Everybody will believe in the Patriots. So go out there, have a good game against Buffalo. Hopefully the Pats can get it done. As for all you guys, thanks so much for tuning in and watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Have a good one. Go Pats. Take care.